there's really not anything bad I can say about it. As a female in a more corporate industry, I feel very, very empowered to not only influence other women, but to collaborate with other amazing women and learn and gain so much information from them. But particular to my leadership role, I find it very positive that I have the ability to relate to other women that are actually entering the workforce and kind of direct them and guide them on a career journey that can benefit them in the same way as me.
Working at Ibex as a woman, I don't feel any different being a woman working at Ibex. We have great days and we have character building days. I would say for me, it's like a roller coaster. You know, we have the highs and we have the lows, but at the end of the day, it's like an adrenaline rush. I don't see women getting treated differently. So my personal experience is I see transparency, I see growth, and for me personally, I have walked the walk and I have experienced the experience.
I think that the biggest challenge I face, not only as a woman but as a human being, is to be able to find happiness in everything I do. I'm a very passionate, intense person that feels everything quite deeply. So my biggest challenge is to see the positive in everything I do and to give purpose to my life overall. Being a daughter or a worker, a girlfriend, I want to do it purposeful, to feel like my daily routine, my daily activities are bringing me closer to something bigger, to a bigger goal, to a bigger accomplishments, etc. So every single day I struggle with that, and it's not easy to be a hardworking woman and be able to balance that with being a good daughter, a good girlfriend, working out and staying healthy. So that is pretty much the biggest challenge I face, to bring happiness and purpose to everything I do and to keep a healthy balance as well.
It's very interesting, actually. I am very inspired that specifically when you are in the leadership team, you are in an organization or a group of people with less women, but it's not just inspiring, it's challenging at the same time, but it also drives you to do better every day, and it's fun.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, I'm a single mother. I've always been a single mother. It's always been just me and Kayla's actually turning 16 this year. It's a lot. So I'm trying to juggle a full-time career, very time consuming, but now I'm starting to navigate driving and college and the difficult classes. The way that I balance it is that, you know, work time is work time. And then I have a cutoff point where it is family time. I'm very, very traditional in the way that I run my household. I cook dinner every day. I make time for us to have dinner together without electronics, without phones, where we have an actual conversation or just enjoy a show together. But I make sure to keep my priorities with my family separate from my priorities at work. But at the same time, I like the fact that I'm very, very career driven, and I take my career very, very seriously to be visible to my teenage daughter, who is very, very impressionable and is starting on her own life journey. So it works for us. I don't have a lot of help. It just, the way that I've got it structured is to keep work in one bucket and my personal life in another, so that doesn't get blurry.
And indeed, it is a challenge to balance work and life, especially in this industry. But we have to make time for ourselves. And when I say make time, it's not going to happen upon us. We have to carve out time for self-care, carve out time to do your chores, carve out time to do, you know, whether you do spiritual, you do church, or whatever it is that you do, to ensure that you are there to show up for work and you are there to show up for your family. It requires planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So for me, it's about planning the days off that you have, what you're going to do with them, what you're going to include, so that the other days at work is worth your while.
Well, I think I have a pretty good schedule. So I'm more like an inside person. I don't like to go out too much. I like to hang out with friends, and after work I hang out with my sister a lot. And in my days off, I kind of go out with friends and maybe to eat or hang out in my house, chilling and watching Netflix.
You just have to do it. You have to choose to make sure that you just don't get crazy working. You don't just spend a lot of time working and forget about your personal life. You just have to make sure you choose to balance it. There's no perfect way to do it. Just do it and choose it. Schedule it. Make sure that if it's time to work, you work very hard. If it's time to relax and rest and play, you play harder.
My biggest motivation is really, for one, I want to be proud of the things that I've accomplished, and I want to be able to show my daughter that it's possible to do things on your own and be successful on your own. Like, you don't need other people to be successful. You need to believe in yourself. And good things happen to you as long as you're willing to try. So my biggest motivation, in addition to my family, is my own personal goals.
I've had many persons who I would say inspires me or motivates me, because I find that mentors work and, finding persons who I can learn from. But the biggest and most important is God, and being prayerful about things. At the end of the day, I have to lean on a higher wisdom, and that has been my biggest motivation. Having, a connection and a relationship with God is what works for me personally.
Well, ever since I started in Ibex, I felt trusted. Being a woman was never an argument for people not to trust me. I never felt like my condition of being a woman made me be at a different level of my male colleagues. So I know that this is a quite common topic that we get to discuss nowadays, but believe me, I've never felt like that here at Ibex. I felt trusted and valued since I started. People giving me the opportunity to communicate my ideas. If something was delegated by my manager or my boss, I felt like he trusted I was going to get it done. And of course, I have a huge sense of appreciation. At least in my department, every time we get something done and it's done right, people spend the time to say, well, team, great job. And that feels great. That feels like an accomplishment by itself. So I definitely believe that that is the best thing Ibex has done for me. They trust me in every single decision I made, and I felt backed up at all times.
Motivators are family, of course, my kids and my husband, and the people I work with. They are my inspiration. I am motivated to be able to share knowledge, best practices, give advices, develop people. It's so inspirational to understand and deal with different types of challenges every day. And I just love working with the people I'm working with in Ibex.
Of women, I would say to always believe in yourself. There was probably a time in my life where I really didn't. And you kind of have to surrender to the fact that you're going to have to ask for help here and there. But I think the structure, especially of our company, it enables communication between people that can help you grow and develop in your own personal career. And you just got to learn so much along the way. But be available, be accountable, and be willing to learn would probably be my three biggest tips for women moving into the workforce.
And I have a daughter, so I'm speaking to her too. I'd say be bold, be confident, be unstoppable. And to build your confidence, you have to invest in yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to spend money to do this. Use the internet to your advantage. There are many skills that you can learn, skills that will also allow you to even earn more and to have multiple streams of income and to boost your confidence. So use it to your advantage. Use it to win.
To all of you girls out there, to the next generation, you have to help us remove and eradicate the dream gap, right? If you want to be a president, be a president. If you want to be a doctor, a CEO, do it. Because women are brilliant and you are brilliant. And you can do whatever that you need and whatever that you like to do. You can do it.